Unit 6, Lesson 3, Supporting the learner during clarifying the problem and defining the problem. In this lesson, we will look at how you can support the learner in steps 1 and 2. We will also give an overview of some practical tools you can use to support the learners during these stages. When a learner is presented with a problem, they aim to make sense of the problem in their own minds. This is known as internal representation, or personal mastery or representation, as mentioned in an earlier unit. This is often done in a simplistic manner, such as making inferences and assumptions. See the Ladder of Inferences by Peter Senge in Unit 2. This internal representation forms an input into the PBL group's external representation. Successful problem representation is key to enabling problem definition. Problem representation involves identifying how one or a group of people perceive or interpret the problem. It makes problem definition easier. Basically, it involves articulating how you interpret a problem and explaining why this is so. To do this, it's important to use qualitative as well as quantitative methods to represent problems. Problems can be represented using diagrams, numbers, and other methods. By allowing the learner to represent their knowledge in different ways, it enables them to transfer the problem more effectively. As a facilitator, you must encourage the learners to represent their knowledge in multiple ways using a variety of tools. This encourages the learner to apply domain knowledge to the problem. The tools can vary. They encourage the learner to express the problem in different forms and organise it differently. This facilitates information acquisition and the combination of different concepts. The main tools are questioning. Using questioning types outlined in Lesson 2 and asking the learners to explain their external representation of the problem, why they define the problem in that way, in terms of information relevancy, information gaps, impact and causes, allows them to understand the problem further. Concept maps and causal mapping. These can facilitate the organisation through building patterns and relationships. To build a concept map, you put the main problem in the centre. For the above example, this might be cash flow, and the things that might contribute to it in circles around. For example, forecasting, credit terms, inventory management, purchasing, sales terms, and customer type. You can expand each of these issues. For example, forecasting might be down to poor customer and supplier collaboration or lack of expertise. This can be done manually, or you can download software to facilitate this. One example is CMAP, which is available for free. Matrix or tabular representations. These are useful to classify relationships between concepts or to show how two factors interact. For example, the risk assessment matrix used in project management classify risks in terms of the probability they will occur and the severity if they do occur. These can be created in tools such as Microsoft Word or drawn on a whiteboard. Here's an example of a matrix representation. Flowcharts. These tools are useful to articulate processes or procedures that enable the learners to identify where there may be potential problems. Encouraging learners to present the problem in a different variety of ways increases their understanding of the problem and their ability to interpret and apply their prior knowledge. In addition, asking students to articulate the reasoning behind defining a problem enables them to express their internal representation or mental models, and enhances their understanding of how they define the problem. In the next unit, we will look at how to support steps 3, 4 and 5, brainstorming, classification and the development of learning objectives.